Good morning, dear students. Welcome in online classes. Dear students, before that we have discussed about the chapter number 1st in your history portion, the medieval world. I hope that all of you able to understand all the videos of chapter number 1st and also completed the answer and exercise of the chapter number 1st in your history portion. Today we have started your chapter number 1st, but in portion civics. In which portions? In your civics portions. In your civics portion, chapter number 1st, given our constitution. So first of all, I would like to ask a question, but it is not possible you give the answer. But my question is that what is constitution? I hope that you all are familiar in the previous classes. What is constitution? I hope that each and everyone know about that very well. What is the meaning of constitution? But what time again we have explained about that what is constitution. In very simple word, we can say that a constitution is a well-defined laws. What is? A constitution is a set of well-defined laws through a state is governed, or you can say through a state governed. What is? Constitution is a set of rules and laws. Set of rules and laws means well-defined rules and law according to which a state is governed. What is explained? Our constitutions. What's explained and which important features of our constitution. So first we discussed about that. What subject come under the Constitution of India? First of all, our constitution explain about that organs of the government. What explain? It explain what organs of the government. First of all, organs of the government. Second, mutual relations between the legislature, executive and judiciary. Okay. First of all, our constitution explain about that organs of the government. It also explain about that what is the mutual relations between the legislature and between the executive and between the judiciary. Means what is the relation between executive, judiciary and legislature. So secondly, our constitution also explain about that what is the fundamental rights and what is the fundamental duties of our constitution. Our citizens. Our constitution also explain about that fundamental rights and fundamental duties of every citizens of India. Our constitution also explain about that the power and functions of the legislature, the power and functions of the executive, the power and functions of the judiciary. Means power and functions of the different organs of the government. It explained by our constitution. Our constitution also explain what is the mutual relation between these organs, what is the fundamental rights and duties of the citizens, and what is the limitations of the legislature, executive and judiciary, etc. These all are the explanations. Those are done by our constitution. And you know very well what is meaning of constitution. Constitution is a set of well-defined laws and rules according to which a country or state is governed. Dear students, our constitution framed by the Constituent Assembly. Which body? Constituent Assembly. Our constitution framed by the Constituent Assembly. What is Constituent Assembly? Constituent Assembly as an elected body organized to frame the Constitution of India. Means Constituent Assembly was an elected group of elected members. इस assembly में जिसने हमारी constitution को frame फ्रेम किया है उसको हम बोलते हैं कॉन्स्टिट्यूएंट असेंबली। कॉन्स्टिट्यूएंट असेंबली में क्या था? द इलेक्टेड मेंबर ऑफ द different parts of our country, they all met and frame the Constitution of India. So we can say which body framed the Constitution of India? Our Constituent Assembly framed the Constitution of India. The Constituent Assembly is an elected members organize and frame the Constitution of India. You know very well, according to cabinet mission proposal is on 16 May 1946 our Constituent Assembly was established. On 16 May 1946 our Constituent Assembly framed, established by the cabinet mission proposal. आपको पता होगा इन 1946 में अंग्रेजों ने कैबिनेट मिशन प्रपोजल भेजा था और उस कैबिनेट मिशन प्रपोजल में यह स्पष्ट लिखा हुआ था कि द नीड्स फॉर द मेकिंग द कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन ऑफ इंडिया इट इज नेसेसरी टू एस्टैब्लिश अ कॉन्स्टिट्यूएंट असेंबली. इन कॉन्स्टिट्यूएंट असेंबली देयर आर 389 elected members are elected. How many members? 389 members represent the Constituent Assembly, and Constituent Assembly also known as the mini India. Constituent Assembly also known as the mini India. Yeah, we can say about that the Constituent Assembly a galaxy of best Indians. So many important leaders, so many important persons are the member of the Constituent Assembly, like that Rajendra Prasad, Jawaharlal Nehru, Vallabhbhai Patel, Motilal Nehru, Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, father of our Constitution. Yes, many times the question is asked, who is known as the father of Indian Constitution? Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, known as the father of Indian Constitution. So there are two questions always asked by the question paper. First, which body framed the Constitution of India? Then your answer is Constituent Assembly. How many members consisted the Constituent Assembly? 389 members consisted the Constituent Assembly. Total number of members in the Constituent Assembly 389. They all are elected from different parts. Some one coming from the princely state. Some seats are elected owned by the Congress. 201 seat owned by the Congress. 73 seats allots for the Muslim leagues. 93 seats allot for the princely states, and some seats are also reserved for the other backward caste, other SC and ST caste. So our constitution was framed by the Constituent Assembly. If anybody asks you what is the composition of the Constituent Assembly, then your answer is 389. The total member in the Constituent Assembly 389. It is the also known as the a galaxy of best Indian, a galaxy of best Indians, a galaxy of best Indians. Okay. So first of all, if we discuss about that, the Constituent Assembly framed the Constitution of India. So your answer is that which body? Constituent Assembly framed the Constitution of India. Thereafter, Preamble. Preamble. What is the Preamble? My dear students, Preamble is known as the soul of our Constitution. हृदय, हमारी आत्मा का क्या है? हमारी Constitution का क्या है? Preamble, soul. The Preamble is a short introduction. What is short introduction about the Constitution of India? The Preamble of the Constitution reads like a poem on democracy. It contains the philosophy on which the entire Constitution has been built. How the Constitution and what is the aim and objective of our Constitution? It is explained by the Preamble. The Preamble is the first part and first chapter of our Constitution. Through this chapter, through this Preamble, we know that what is the aim of our Constitution. Means Preamble is a short introduction about our Constitution. What is given in our Constitution? Which type of welfare? Which type of the secular? Which type of the democracy? Which type of the importance, power and functions distributed between the different organs of the government. These all are given in our preamble. So we can say the preamble is our soul of our constitution. Preamble is a soul of our constitution. Okay, so this is the 3 important points. Many times the question is asked, from which proposal the Indian constitution was framed? According to the cabinet mission plan on 16 May 1946, the Constituent Assembly was framed, and then after the member of the Constituent Assembly framed the Constitution of India. After that, how many members in our Constituent Assembly? Maximum strength of the Constituent Assembly 389. What was Constituent Assembly? The Constituent Assembly was an elected members. Through this assembly, the Constitution of India was framed. And who was the father of Indian Constitution? Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, known as the father of Indian Constitution, because our Constitution was written by Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, and Dr. B.R. Ambedkar was the chairman of the drafting committee. Many times this is also question is asked, and it is also given in your book. Who was the chairman of the drafting committee? Dr. B.R. Ambedkar was the chairman of the drafting committee. Okay, I hope that today we have discussed what is the meaning of constitution. The constitution is a well-defined laws, set of well-defined laws and rules through which the country is governed. What is explained by our constitution? It explains about the organs of the government, legislature, executive and judiciary. It also explains what is the mutual relation between the organs, their power and functions, their limitations, fundamental rights and duties. These all are explained by our constitution. Which body framed the Constitution of India? Constituent Assembly. How many members in the Constituent Assembly? 389 members, but after the partition of India, only 308 members finally prepare and frame the Constitution of India, because 72 seats those are allotted for the Muslim League. They all are boycott himself from the Constituent Assembly. So finally 308 members finally prepare the frame the Constitution of India. And many times the question is asked, who was the interim president of Constituent Assembly? Listen, be carefully. Interim, not permanent. If the question is asked, who was the interim president of Constituent Assembly, then your answer is Dr. Sachidanand. Dr. Sachidanand was the interim president of the Constituent Assembly. After 2 days later, Dr. Rajendra Prasad appointed as a permanent president of the Constituent Assembly. Then after preamble is known as the soul of our constitution. It is a give me short and lot of information about our constitution, and it is a give the philosophy of Indian democracy and Indian constitution. क्या दिया है हमारे constitution में, किस बात पर हम फोकस करेंगे, ये सब कुछ हमारे preamble में दिया है. This is the first part, या you can say the first chapter of our constitution. And then after, who was the father of Indian constitution? You know very well, Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, known as the father of Indian constitution. Dear students, please watch the video, and also chapter 1 in history, complete all the exercise in your history copy. After this chapter, we have taken your test from both the chapter 1 from history and chapter 1 from civics. Thank you.